everybody. Welcome to another episode of Multiplex Movie Melee. I feel like that's the first time I've had to introduce it as Movie Melee. This is weird. Okay, we got ourselves a good match here. We got a couple of returning winners. We got Erick Moreno, and Igor Kasic. Did I say that right, Dylan?
Kasic, yes. Yeah.
I knew I was gonna do that. I knew I was gonna mess up his name. Like the moment it came up, why I paused there for a second. I feel like they both had good debuts, and we're here just to kind of see they got another one in the tank. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they're ready. Dylan, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, this should be a fun one, as you said. Both these guys impressing in their debuts, and yeah, I think this will be an important one. I think for unless they plan on doing something else with this matchup down the line. I'm pretty sure this is basically for like the seeding in the upcoming tournament, so that a lot of stakes on who will get the better seed in the tournament. Should be a good one.
Rightio. All right. Well, first we're gonna bring in Igor here for our pre-match interview. Igor, how you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
We're doing okay. I think we both. How do you feel about today's match?
Oh, feeling pretty good. Coming off my debut in Melee, so looking to have a good return performance. Just play my own game. I'm sure Erick's a tough opponent, so not taking him lightly. And yeah, looking forward to the match. Should be a good time.
Well, that's good to hear. We'll go ahead and bring in Erick here. Erick, how you feeling about today's match?
I'm feeling good about today's match. I'm not feeling good about myself. I'm sick. It's like small fever or maybe allergies. I don't know. But it's going to be a good match. I've seen Igor's matches. He's a really good player. I'm excited to be here. Hopefully, my sickness doesn't disturb too much. But it's going to be fun nonetheless. And I don't know. Let's do it.
Well, we appreciate you battling through here. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started. We're going to get started round number 1, which you're going to get 8 different questions from 8 general movie categories. You'll have 15 seconds to write the answer down on your whiteboard. At the end of that, you will show and verbalize your answer. You'll get a point for each correct answer, and both of you have 3 repeats and a challenge throughout the match. Any other questions before we get started? Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Dylan, hit him up with that first question.
Sure thing. All right, so your first question comes in the category of coming of age / teen. What coming of age film features a cast that includes Shailene Woodley, Brie Larson, and Miles Teller?
So, Dylan.
Yes.
Have you come of age?
Yes. I think, yes.
I hope so. I mean, I don't know where else to go with that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, pens down. Let's go ahead and get started with Erick.
The Spectacular Now. It's very poorly written, but The Spectacular Now.
All right, Igor?
Didn't have a guess.
The Spectacular Now is correct. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Peter's doing something weird. Okay. The Spectacular Now is correct. Moving on to your next question in recent releases. See How They Run follows the investigation of a murder that took place in what type of location?
This movie's okay. I wasn't as crazy about it as some other people in this community.
I was pretty disappointed. I was expecting a lot more than what I got. I'll be pretty upfront about that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down. All right, let's go over to Igor.
A mansion.
And Erick?
I don't know. I said a hotel.
Both are incorrect. We are looking for a theater. No perfect rounds with that.
Yep. So your next question comes in the category of musicals. The Music Man primarily takes place in what Midwestern state?
States. Great.
Yes.
It's always great when I'm pretty sure. I think there's only one American here on screen, or maybe there's 2. I'm not sure. Anyway, 5, 4.
I thought Igor was Canadian.
3, And 1. All right, pens down. Let's go over to Eric.
I don't even know if it's the Midwest. I said Ohio.
Igor?
Not really Midwest, but Tennessee.
Both incorrect. We're looking for Iowa. A lot of people in this community are from Iowa, so there's that.
Good for them.
Going on to your next question in the category of hard. Who plays the titular character in 1990's Jacob's Ladder?
What are your thoughts on ladders? I don't know.
I mean, they're great if they work. If not, it's an easy way to, die, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, that's true.
4.
Very philosophical.
1. Pens down. Ugh, I miss it still. Let's go over to Igor.
Tim Robbins.
And Eric.
I don't know. It's Johnny Depp.
Tim Robbins is correct. Igor tying it up there.
Yeah. So your next question comes in the category of directors. Your question is simply, who directed Splash?
We like those, right? Those tight, concise questions. They're 3 words.
Yes. They do make me feel the worst, though, whenever I do somehow trip up on them.
Yeah, that happens. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down. Let's go over to Eric.
I don't know. It's Penny Marshall.
And Igor.
Richard Linklater.
Both are incorrect. Again, we're looking for Ron Howard. Going over here, going on to your next question in 1970s. What is Alvy's profession in Annie Hall? Another job question.
Yes.
I always asking people about their jobs. It's like
Are you
real
sure
life.
Yeah. Are you sure this is the 1970s and the doc just says the 70s? So
5, 4, 3, 2. Always got to be cheeky. 1. Pens down. Let's go over to Eric.
I don't know. Say a screenwriter.
And Igor.
Lawyer.
Both incorrect. We're looking for a comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So your penultimate question in round 1 comes in the category of biopics. What decade does Good Night and Good Luck take place during?
I kind of have a joke here, but I'm going to decide against it because I don't know if it's going to give it away, even though it's something that you just said that I thought would have been funny. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down. Let's I forget where we're at. Let's go to Igor.
1950s.
Okay. And let's go over to Eric.
That's the 1940s.
1950s is correct. That we're going over to your final question in round number 1, which will come in the category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for Wall-E?
If you had a robot friend, what would you name it?
Moncho, probably. I've always wanted to name a dog that.
Nice.
It'd be. I guess it'd be cooler if it was also a robot. 5,
Robot dog.
4,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go over to Eric.
I guess Michael Giacchino. Giacchino. I don't know how to pronounce it.
And Igor.
James Newton Howard.
Both incorrect. We were looking for Thomas Newman, the other Pixar composer.
Yeah.
Well, with that, that ends round number 1. And we have Igor in the lead with 2-1 over Eric. And we'll go over and head over to the wheel round, which the wheel round is thus. We are going to, each competitor will get a chance to spin our lovely wheel today. They will, they can, if they like what they spin on the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again. Whatever category they may land on, they will have to answer 5 questions for 2 points apiece. They can also check down to multiple choice for 1 point apiece. The categories on our wheel today are Nightmare on Elm Street and action and Nightmare on Elm Street in recent releases. Who some is I'll say the strengths of Nightmare on Elm Street in recent releases and 2000s Jason Statham and action adventure, along with drama, 2000s musicals, and comedy, and a spinner's and opponent's choice. Wow. That. Igor, you are ahead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
I will defer to Eric.
All right, Eric, this will be your first spin.
I hadn't noticed the wheel decide for you.
And it landed on drama. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I'm gonna test my luck and spin again.
Alrighty, whatever you land on this time, you are stuck with it. And it lands on comedy.
Okay.
And Dylan, please ask me comedy.
Sure. All right, Eric, your first question in the category of comedy. The silent comedy The General takes place during what war?
The Civil War.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. What is the name of Peter LaFleur's gym in Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story?
Multiple shows.
All right. Your options are A, Average Joes, B, Good Guys, C, Tough Guys, or D, Jimbos.
Average Joe's. A.
That is correct for 1 point.
I knew it was something Joe's, but I forgot the first word.
So your next question. Otter, Pinto, and Flounder are characters in what comedy?
Five.
The Little Mermaid.
That is incorrect. So Igor for the 2 point steal.
Can I get a repeat?
Sure. That is your first repeat. Otter, Pinto, and Flounder are characters in what comedy?
Revenge of the Nerds?
That is also incorrect. We are looking for Animal House.
You were close, yeah.
So your penultimate question, Eric. Who plays the villainous Bobby Khan in Wayne's World 2?
Multiple choice.
Right. Your options are A, Rob Lowe, B, Matt Dillon, C, John Voight, or D, Christopher Walken.
B.
B is incorrect. So Igor for the 1 point steal. Is it A, Rob Lowe, B, Matt Dillon, C, John Voight, or D, Christopher Walken?
Rob Lowe?
That is also incorrect. We're looking for D, Christopher Walken.
Rob Lowe is in the first one, right?
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I don't think it will come up, but I knew it wasn't Rob Lowe.
So your final question, Eric. In The Invention of Lying, Ricky Gervais's character has what profession?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, lawyer, B, screenwriter, C, politician, or D, reporter.
A lawyer.
That is incorrect. So Igor for the 1 point steal. Is it A, lawyer, B, screenwriter, C, politician, or D, reporter?
Is he a politician?
That is also incorrect. We are looking for B, screenwriter.
All professions that lie. That makes sense. Good.
With that, we finish up Eric's turn, getting a score up to 4. Igor's still at 2. With that, we'll bring back up the wheel for Igor's spin. And it lands on musicals. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
We are going to spin that again, please.
Roger that. You will be stuck, whatever it is you land on here. And you land on Nightmare on Elm Street. So that, I will go ahead and give you your questions in Nightmare on Elm Street. Igor, are you prepared for said questions?
Ready?
Alrighty. First question. Nightmare on Elm Street. Which Nightmare film opens with a quote from the Book of Job?
The Dream Master.
That's correct for 2 points. Next question. What part of Dean's body is cut when he falls asleep in the diner in 2010's A Nightmare on Elm Street?
His throat.
That is incorrect. Going over to Eric for the 2-point steal.
Oh, I wish I had rewatched it. His tongue?
Hey, sorry, can you repeat that?
His tongue? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Tongue, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that is incorrect.
Yeah.
What we have here is his hand.
Could I challenge that? Because I remember his death scene is that he gets the knife into his throat and it cuts across. That's how it ends. So I'm not sure what part of the scene's talking about. But while he's in the diner, I remember the neck. So I'll challenge it, I suppose.
Okay, all right, we'll be right back after that. All right, we're back with that challenge. What we decided is the wording of the question was a little bit vague. Not really sure what part of the scene they were talking about, so we decided just to scrap it and give Igor a new question, and that we'll be moving on. All right, Igor, your next question in Nightmare on Elm Street. In Freddy's Dead, Freddy appears to John in a dream as what famous film villain?
Eric, can we just get your other hand on screen?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yep.
I gotta get this on.
5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Darth Vader, B, Michael Myers, C, the Wicked Witch, or D, Norman Bates.
That's right. The Wicked Witch.
That's correct for 1 point.
Terrible movie.
Awful.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to your next question. What is the name Jesse gives to his car in Freddy's Revenge?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Deadly Dinosaur, B, Devil Dinosaur, C, Dangerous Dinosaur, or D, Dreadful Dinosaur.
A?
A is correct for a point. All right, moving on to your penultimate question of your round. What kind of natural disaster does Heather blame her first bad dream on in New Nightmare?
An earthquake.
And that is correct for 2 points. Moving on to your final question in Nightmare on Elm Street. What is the name of the psychiatric hospital in Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors?
Weston Hills.
That is correct for another 2 points. With that,
did I freeze up there?
No,
I heard you. You're good. You got it. With that, Igor gets a score up to 10. And I have Erick here with 4. Is that what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have, yes.
All right, with that, we'll move on to our third and final round, in which is our pick your poison round, in which our competitors will be given a list of categories that they choose from. They can answer a 1, 2, 3, and 4-point question. We will go we'll go on to either round of questions or one competitor is mathematically eliminated. The categories our competitors can select from today are Ridley Scott, animated, comedy, directors, Adam Sandler, biopics, 2010s, and 1990s. Competitors will pick the categories right now, and hopefully we come back. All right, we're back. Our competitors have picked their categories, and that's what they've chosen. We have Igor has picked his 190s, his 2 in comedy, his 3 in Ridley Scott, his 4 in Adam Sandler, and Erick has selected his 1 in biopics, his 2 in directors, his 3 in 2010s, and his 4 in animated. Because Erick is behind, we will start with him, and like I said before, we'll go until we are out of questions or until one player is mathematically eliminated. Igor, I asked you your questions in round number 2. So that means, Erick, I'll be asking your questions here in round number 3. Are you prepared for your 1-pointer in biopics?
Sure.
All righty. Your 1-point question in biopics. Who plays Margaret Thatcher in The Iron Lady?
Meryl Streep.
That is correct for 1 point. Moving on to your 2-pointer in directors. How many films has Ryan Coogler directed?
Four.
That is correct for 2 points.
I wasn't sure if you counted Wakanda Forever. Before the release date, I guess.
Well, with that, you are still behind, so we're going to your 3-pointer in 2010s. And your question. What company owned the oil rig in Deepwater Horizon?
Chevron.
That is incorrect. We're looking for BP.
Oh.
All right.
At least I guess an oil company, I guess. I haven't seen.
Well, with that, we are now in a situation where Erick, you'll have to hit your 4-pointer in animation to get Igor to answer some questions, or Igor will win the match. So you're a 4-pointer in animation. What animated film is set on a location called Patch of Heaven? Five, 4,
Repeat the question?
3. All right, that is your first repeat. What animated film is set on a location called Patch of Heaven? Five, 4.
Repeat the question.
3. All right, that is your second repeat. What animated film is set on a location called Patch of Heaven?
I have one left, right?
Yes.
Yes, you do. 5,
Repeat
4.
the question.
3. All right, and that is your final repeat. Your question once again. What animated film is set on a location called Patch of Heaven? Five.
All dogs
4.
go to heaven.
And your winner by way of technical knockout, Igor, Kasic. The correct answer we're looking for was home on the range. And with that, we'll be moving right along
I've
to
heard that before.
move on to post-match interviews. We will start with our unfortunate second place. Our unfortunate second place finisher, Erick. Erick, Erick, you said you were not 100% today. You said that yourself. You're feeling pretty sick, pretty crappy, and we appreciate you battling through that. And and sometimes questions just don't go your way, and I think both me and Dylan can both empathize with that. But overall, like how do you feel you did today?
I mean, I'm very embarrassed about the first round. I'm pretty, but I'm not pretty confident after this. But I'm mostly okay with the first round. But the batch of questions was just pretty good questions. But some of the stuff, the total guesses or something like that. The second round, when I knew comedy wasn't my thing, I did study for my strength. But obviously, Igor studied too, and he did great in his. He didn't let me steal anything. And with the, I'm not too bad. I don't feel too bad about the Deepwater Horizon because I haven't seen it, but I have seen Home on the Range. I should have remembered that. I should see it in English because I only seen it in Spanish. Forgot that. But I don't blame my sickness. It just wasn't my day. Trivia wise, Dan Igor played great. He did amazing. He won by TKO. I don't like losing by that. I like to put up a fight, but if I want to lose, at least I lose to a pretty good player, so I don't mind that.
Right. And I believe, as Dylan pointed out earlier, I think we will probably see you again in the tournament, or I believe so.
I believe so, yes. No promises, but yes.
Not 100% sure, but
Yeah.
when you do come back, whether it be a tournament or whenever, is there anybody you're looking forward to meeting up in the ring?
I finally caught up with some of the matches in the league, but I don't have a particular name. Maybe some other winner who lost his second match will be fine, or someone in the tournament. I suppose a high seed because I'm going to be in a low seed, so I don't mind playing anyone. But whoever, bring me whoever. I will even. I have seen the Fandom matches. If you have a spot open, I would like to. I've seen I did good playing along, so if you have a spot, if you don't have a spot, it's okay. I don't. It doesn't matter.
We'll see what we can do. Thank you for coming today, Erick. It's a pleasure. And we'll bring in our winner, Igor Kasic. You pulled out the victory today, and I feel like sometimes you just gotta grind. You just gotta grind those out. And my friend, that's exactly what you did. You grinded out. You got the win. You're now 2-0. 2-0, heading to probably a somewhat comfortable seat in the tournament. How do you feel about today's match?
Heck of a first round, right, guys? Least frightening 2-0 in the world, I think, here. But no, it was all right. The questions in round one just were, for some reason, not in my wheelhouse. So it is what it is. It happens. Second round was good. I felt pretty comfortable taking Nightmare on Elm Street. And despite the first round, still somehow didn't have to answer a question in the third round. So I'll take it. Thanks to Erick for playing. Obviously, he did mention he was under the weather, but so I'll take it with a grain of salt. But he played well. He got stuck with maybe a category he didn't like either. But yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes the wheel doesn't go your way. Sometimes first round doesn't go your way. But you got to try to get the points where you can and then move on to the next match, right?
Exactly. And that next match will probably be a tournament match. Is there anybody who you'd like to face in the tournament, or maybe anybody that you don't want to face in the tournament? We'll take that.
I think everyone is. I'll take on anyone, whether it be a higher seed than me, a lower seed than me. Basically, just trying to get experience out of the way. So, no names on the tip of my tongue right now, but we'll see. If who knows, maybe one of these will be a super high scoring match and not just. I've been pretty much like waddling around 10 my past two matches, so I kind of want to get a bit higher than that, but it is what it is. So, I'll take on anyone in the tournament, and let's get her going.
All right, sounds good, Igor. Thanks for coming in today. Well, it's another match in the books. Dylan, Why don't you put this one in a nice, pretty bow for us?
Yeah, it was a solid match. I mean, Igor did great, like in his round number 2, and showed, I think, just a lot of knowledge of the game, like good use of challenge, knew when to go to multiple choice. Very strong performance from him. Yeah, Erick just had some bad luck in round 2 with a category that, the general categories go obviously much more deeper when you move up and you get a higher record. And that showed in the comedy category, in the comedy questions that he was stuck with. But yeah, overall, good match. I'm excited to see both these guys come back.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Well, with that, we'll be saying goodbye for this is end an episode. Multiplex Melee. My God, I am rusty. But you know what? We're done today. You know, see us. But with that, I'd like to thank our competitors, Erick and Igor, as well as my co-host here, Dylan, and everybody here at Multiplex Movie Melee that keeps his train on the tracks. Everybody, be well.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior.
You'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll wait?
If it take a
Bye.